Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Outer Worlds. Last we left off, we helped Ellie cash in her life insurance policy. We also talked to Dr. Phileas Wells. We brought him the sulfoxide, and we took control of the Hope and brought all of the colonists to Terra 2. And we just got a transmission.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Yes, we got a transmission from Philly's Wells, and the board found him, and they blew up. So we gotta go check on him. For this one,
I think you're being
I don't know
modest.
who this is.
I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. When you cut off power to Edgewater, you saved me a great deal of trouble. Now I don't have to bother trying to save that town. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky.
You? I don't remember you. I get it. You're well informed. Can we move this
You
along?
have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
What do you want? I'm listening.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman.
Oh, really?
His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
You want me to sell him out?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Aconde's call has been terminated.
Nope. Let's get out of here. We gotta get to Phineas.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are
There's the
still
Hope.
in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? Welcome back. How
Congratulations.
See.
Alright, let's go check on him. We gotta go track him down if they took him. Phineas. Phineas Wells.
Get ready.
Oh god, that hurt. Holy Jeebus. Nah, flamethrower better. Oh, that'll work too. Excuse me, guys. Take all that. These guys are upgrading their goddamn armor. What's it say? Exam. It's per... Oh, is this the thinger still? Failure period. Yeah, we already read that at the beginning of the game. Bubbles. Oh, there we go. Thought I got stuck there for a second. Phineas's terminal pass. Wait, what mission do I have on? Return. What's my armor? Because it seems like it's broken non-stop. It's heavy. You're weird.
Great work.
Oh, spaceship. Ooh. Ooh! Is that a new science weapon? Oh, energy. N-ray. Oh, this is the new stuff. Ah! What? Oh, right, you can't. What do I want? How to place this? I think. Oh, let me check this. N-ray. Okay, I believe I do extra damage to what, though? Skills. Is it science? Plasma and shock. What gets my N-ray up? Corrosion damage plus N-ray damage 25. Sneak attack. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep it. Enter passcode. Wait, hold on. I don't want to click the accidental piece here. I think I can click them both. First entry. The Hope made it to Halcyon after all. 25 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do with an entire ship full of frozen colonists. So naturally, they're gonna leave them there. Corporate tells us revival's impossible. They've tried absolutely nothing, and apparently they're all out of options. Balderdash. Cellular regeneration after long-term hibernation is really just a question of thermodynamics. I'm quite confident I can find a way to revive the Hope's colonists. If only corporate would authorize my requests. Frankly, I don't see why I need the permission of my employers to conduct experiments in the name of scientific advancement. What nonsense. Did Newton beg permission from his employers before discovering the three laws of motion? Genius is not beholden to the vicissitudes of bureaucracy. Besides, the Hope has a cargo of hundreds of thousands of colonists. The board practically expects a few to go missing. 113 seconds. New record. Most of my subjects last 93 seconds on average, before total cellular liquefaction reduces them to several gallons of organic soup 3 degrees above freezing temperature. 113 seconds of screaming. The subject was stronger than the others, but in the end his body failed to survive the revival process. He was my 12th subject to die. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Strictly speaking, I do know the Hope has hundreds of thousands of colonists. I've only experimented on 12. How many more experiments before I successfully revive a single subject? 1, 10, 100, 500? Statistically insignificant. If I experimented on one subject every month, I would not make a dent in the Hope's population in a lifetime. Can still hear the screaming, trouble sleeping, trouble concentrating. Psychological toll, significant. On to subject number 13. I always suspected this would happen. The board finally discovered what I'd done and sent their headhunters, manhunters, jeez whiz, to track me down. But they'll never find me. They say I'm a murderer, and they're right. I am. I regret what I've done, but I'm not about to turn myself into the board. I'm not going to go begging the board's forgiveness. Only the Hope's colonists can forgive me for what I've done. They're the only people who can set things right, and I'm going to find a way to revive them, no matter how long I have to stay in hiding. I've got my notes with me, I have my equipment, and now I have this lab. It's time I return to work. Tartarus nav key. Looks like we're going to a new system. Test out the new gun on somebody. Curious about that one. The N-Ray. From the looks of it, it's gonna do less damage than my one will. Wait, it uses energy? Energy, heavy, energy. What about this? Energy.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concern.
Thanks.
Phineas, locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand.
No,
That
we
place
can't.
terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
I'm not one for pointless heroism, but the board's gonna be after us next. We gonna finish what we started?
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
What's so bad about the labyrinth? Nah, we can't abandon Phineas. We have to free him if we have
I
any
am
hope of
programmed
saving
to
the
warn you
colony.
whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
That
If
is
you
a good
really
plan.
need to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
It's
What do
the
you guys think?
craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
Oh, why
You
thank
didn't
you.
hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
Hey.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain.
Yep.
But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's
The entire plan is a terrible idea. But I admire your bravado, Captain. Which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
Why thank you, Ada.
We gonna prepare? Sure.
I've never had a plan and I'm not starting now, buddy.
That's a program I can get behind.
Thinking on your feet's more important anyhow.
Yes, who needs a plan?
We gotta talk about
Alright, I think... I don't care about... These ones I imagine I can do anyways afterwards.
this.
So, yeah. We're gonna do it. do it. You're about to assault the labyrinth. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tatars. Side quests and downloaded content such as Peril on Gorgon or Murder on Eridonis will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now before you cross the point. Wait. You're about to assault the one. Yeah. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story. Side quests and downloaded content, such as, will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. Oh, never mind, guys. We are doing the DLCs. Okay. Uh, let's go with the ones who walk away. I believe this is the one where we, where we got that hand in a box.
Stay safe out there.
I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I must have skipped some stuff though. I remember having more of this game.
Do not stray from the path.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folk.
Yeah, I must have maybe left some stuff out.
Windows. It feels like the building's watching me. Oh, Law, I'm getting goosebumps.
At the very least, there ought to be something worth stealing in there.
Oh, hello.
Okay,
Creepy.
maybe not.
It's so empty.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
It is very empty.
You lucky? Huh? Apparently not. So who the devil are you?
Targaryen, captain of the
You
Unreliable.
don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock?
Yep.
That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon.
To Gorgon. Are you Mini Ambrose?
That's right. And I take it you're the type who skips formalities, so let's get down to business. Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
I'm here about a severed arm.
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
Does the name Lucky Montoya mean anything to you?
Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
He's definitely not doing that anymore.
Nope.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
Any idea who wound
I
up killed?
suspect foul play. Interesting. If we're being honest, I haven't given it much thought. What a
I have his
time for
arm.
luck to run out. We
Of
were
course
in
it
the middle
is.
of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
You need someone to finish what Lucky
Excellent
started.
deduction. I can tell I found the right man for the job. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Remember, play hard to get. That's negotiation.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home?
I can break
Must be
in.
some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
Ho ho ho. Ho, ho. How likely am I to wind up like your old
The man
freelancer?
lost an arm. What are the odds of that happening twice? Of course, Gorgon is a treacherous place, and my own family's involvement with it has
25%?
been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
She lost her arm? Spacer's Choice is one big accident
I
waiting
wish
to
I could
happen.
say otherwise. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it
You give
home.
me the creeps. You know
I'm
that,
told
lady?
she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud.
Yeah.
Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
What did they say about her?
Everything you can imagine and more. Dereliction of duty, circulating anti-corporate memos, taking longer than average coffee breaks. The list goes on. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
Tell me about your mother.
I admired Mother, but we weren't close. She disapproved of everything about me, really. I couldn't measure up to her example. She didn't make time for us. I remember thinking that she never wanted a child, and never forgave me for being one, naive and irresponsible as I was.
Sound familiar, Ellie?
Trust me, we are nothing alike.
Oh.
A kindred spirit. Well, well, charmed. Today is full of surprises. Mother worked herself to the bone. She wanted to make the colony a better place, no matter who or what got sacrificed along the way. She never spared a thought for those of us who cherished her, who suffered for her idea of progress.
You two ever get along? So Gorgon pulled you out?
We weren't terribly close to begin with, I'm afraid. But that accursed asteroid certainly didn't improve our relations. Mother and Gorgon were made for each other. I had the misfortune to be stuck in the middle.
What do you think happened on Gorgon?
And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Where's your father in all this?
Father lost more than his job on Gorgon. I'll say no more than that.
Oh?
The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say
Cursed.
I
A
need your
curse?
help, Captain. Project Gorgon killed Mother and disgraced the Ambrose name, and no one has been held accountable. Spacer's Choice buried the past like a dirty secret.
Are you interested in justice, revenge, or both? Well, where do we get started? We're practically strange. Yeah, we're practically strangers.
You followed an uncertain lead all the way to my doorstep. You're curious, resourceful, and perceptive. All the marks of a good private eye. Whatever
Ah.
happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to
Ah.
drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
Danger and corporate intrigue. This sounds like my kind of
I
job.
admire your enthusiasm. This manor has echoed with my own we, and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
Okay. What kind of what did you tell Lucky about
I
this
told
job?
him everything I've told you. Just the facts. Maybe a couple of harmless embellishments. Why?
Let's see here. How to just making sure I have what I
Still,
need.
you're smart to ask. Lucky spent most of our time together spinning a pistol around his index finger. Not sure you listened to any of my advice.
Excuse me.
That sounds like Lucky, all right. The man loved to show off.
He had an aura of rugged individualism that was quite charming. Not that it helped him in the end. But you won't let me down, will you, Captain?
What can I expect to
I've
face?
never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow and misfortune. Then
Really?
there's the test subjects, those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage.
Yeah. I'll be careful.
There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would
The
be the place
Sprat
to start.
Shack.
I think I've heard of that place. Cheap whiskey, rough crowd. You'll love it.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object.
There we
I'm
go.
willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any
That's what I like
salvage
to
you
hear.
happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
Music to my ears.
Finally, I get to put my inheritance to work. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
Hey. I'll be in touch.
A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free
Okay.
to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
It's not theft if she's giving us permission.
Alright. Oh! My ankle! Boop, 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 da, 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 boop, 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 do, 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, actually, I forgot one thing. I forgot to do one thing. Nope. Wait. Wait. Hold on. No, we're good. See? Just a little bit of a distraction. So that is what we're going to, huh? Alright. Let's do it.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Try this new weapon out. I'm kind of expecting like Cascadia.
Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
What is that? It's like some weird field.
If you would like to board.
Wait, I want to listen to this first. If you'd like to what? Oh, look, I see somebody. I was expecting this place to be abandoned. Well, not like completely abandoned, but like marauders everywhere. Alright, let's take that off. Bin, bin, bin. Well,
I got supplies if you need them. No. Is that what my thoughts sound like? Law, I've been standing near that alarm too long. You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one round here liable to help. Let me know if you're looking.
so this is Gorgon.
You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack, unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten. All
Thanks,
right,
but I can handle
you
myself.
better than I do. Just be sure you watch out for the marauders. That's the #1 thing. Oh, and the Mance. You watch out for marauders, Mance, and Charles from accounting, and you'll probably be fine.
I take it that evacuation wasn't urgent.
Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. Something to do with that scrap project Gorgon from years back. Thanks for turning it off, by the way. I'd have lost my mind if the damn thing had gone on much longer.
Why didn't somebody shut it off?
Couldn't persuade the control terminal to listen. No one round here is particularly mechanically inclined, and no one was gonna shut it down by force. That's for sure.
Why?
I know, because even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw a man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball.
Who's Charles?
Only the meanest marauder on Gorgon, and also anywhere else. That man is crazier than a bag of canids and twice as likely to bite. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. I ain't joking. He'll snap you in half like stale bread noodles.
Okay. You're making me hungry.
Sorry. Been a minute since I last ate. Charles from accounting is like... Imagine if you took 3 of the most howling mad marauders you could find and mashed them together. That's Charles.
I love how it's Charles from accounting. 0 times 3 is still 0.
You know, that's actually true.
You ain't listening to me, huh? Well, I warned you. If you run off and get exploded to death by a madman with a rocket launcher now, that's on...
Yep.
Found a pickaxe.
What do you got for sale, chump? Handy destruction or deconstruction tool. The original brand name Auto Unfortunato never caught on. What do you owe? Oh, actually, we'll ask about the
Only that Spacer's Choice shut it down in a... From what I heard, some of their...
Alright, never mind. Alrighty, well, we're here, guys. We're on Gorgon. That is it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And next one, we're continuing on the DLC. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya!